I guess with another lesson. First of all, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, by Shema Shai, by Shem Kakudash. That belongs to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, teaching all truth and sincerity. And the name of this lesson is going to be called The Fear of the Lord. The Fear of the Lord. So we're going to start in Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So the elect, we're fearing the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, and we're we're putting in the work, because the Lord Yahweh is gathering these nations for World War III, to shoot nuclear missiles on Babylon and Great America, and the prophets and the teachers are warning the elect, about judgment that's coming. So we're going to get Sirach. We're going to get Sirach. Sirach 19. Sirach 19, 18 through 19. Sirach 19, 18 through 19. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. And Yahweh Shai said that if you love me, keep my commandments. And Yahweh Shai also said to Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. And that's what the prophets and the teachers are doing in these last days. We're prophesying and teaching and warning the elect of Israel of judgment that's coming to Babylon and Great America, and staying diligent and putting in the work. Because Yahweh Shai also said in the book of Luke, if you take your hand off the plow, those who take their hand off the plow are not fit for the Heavenly Father's kingdom, Yahweh. So we're staying diligent and fearing the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. The knowledge of the commandments, which is the law of the Lord, is the doctrine of life. And they that do the things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality, which is salvation. So we're supposed to be occupied in this truth and teaching this truth and teaching 100% truth, just like the elders and apostles of Great Millstone has taught us. So let's get 2 Corinthians. Because the Heavenly Father is gathering these nations for World War III. And that's Revelations 11, Revelation 16, Revelation 17, Daniel 7, Isaiah 34, Isaiah 13, Joel 2, The Heavenly Father is gathering these nations for World War III because of the controversy of Zion. And we're seeing that now with these nations being gathered by the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Because you have those Amalekites in the land of Israel who are those so-called Jews who are claiming that they are the Israelites, but they're Amalekites. They're the enemies of Israel. So the Heavenly Father is gathering these nations like Russia, Iran, China, Turkey, because Russia is going to be a guard unto Persia, Libya, and Ethiopia. And we're seeing that now in the news because we have to filter things through the lens of prophecy. But before the destruction come, the MOTB has to be instituted and mandated because the Edomites, which are the wicked, Job 9 and 24, Malachi 1 and 4, they're setting up their beast system, the MOTB system, to tip everybody on the entire planet to be a god over the masses of people. So that's Revelations 13:16, which that prophecy is fastly approaching us. It's going to be fulfilled. It's coming to pass. So 2 Corinthians, and Yahweh Shai is going to return in the midst of World War III to deliver the elect. That's Matthew 24 and 31. Into chariots. 2 Corinthians 5 and 11. 5 and 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord Yahweh, we persuade men. That's right. The prophets and the teachers were prophesying and teaching, and were warning the elect of Israel of judgment, of thermonuclear destruction on Babylon and Great America. And through prophecy and teaching, we're persuading the elect of Israel to fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But we are made manifest unto the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and our trusts also are made manifest in your consciences. That's right, in our minds. Let's get Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 27. I believe it's Ecclesiastes. No, 23 and 27. Salakia. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord Yahweh. And those who remain are talking about the elect, the remnant, that are going to be saved when Yahweh Shai comes back. Because Yahweh Shai is coming back to deliver the elect from out of Babylon the Great, from nuclear destruction, via the nuclear missiles. And that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments, which is the law, the doctrine of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So the elect The prophets and the teachers, we're going to be occupied in prophecy and in the teaching of the law, um, because the Lord said, occupy until I come, with reading, um, exhortation, and doctrine. And that's what the prophets and teachers are doing um, right now, because we're at the end. These prophecies are coming to pass, and we can see that all these prophecies are coming to pass, um, because all these things have been written in the scriptures. So let me get Ecclesiastes 25:12. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh, is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. That's right. So um, the elect are going to fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, and and we're gonna have faith, which is a gift. That's in um, I believe in I believe that's in Sirach, but faith is obedience. So so the elect are going to obey and fear the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai, and and are going to endure unto the end. Like Yahweh Shai said, those who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So the prophets and the teachers are prophesying and teaching, um, and teaching sound doctrine, um, because you have um, other camps like IUIC, ICBK, and other camps out there that are teaching wayward doctrines, false doctrines, and not teaching sound doctrines. Butchering the chip, teaching the hell doctrine, and they're going off on a lot of other things as well. Um, so let me read that again. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. So the elect are going to have faith, which is obedience. I think that's in Hebrews. Um, Abraham was a man of faith, and it was counted to him unto righteousness, because he obeyed the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Let's get Proverbs 8:13. Proverbs 8:13. Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is to hate evil. Evil, because the Edomites are the wicked. Job 9:24, Malachi 1:4. So the prophets and the teachers were prophesying the destruction of Babylon the Great because of the wickedness that's going on in Babylon the Great. With the homosexual practices, um, the chemtrails, um, these false ideologies and philosophies that's being spread across across the world, but primarily here in Babylon the Great. Their technocracy, trying to merge man with technology. We're prophesying against these things. So the fear of the Lord Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, because this devil, Esau, the Edomites, they are very prideful. They're very prideful. And the Lord Yahweh is gonna shoot nuclear missiles over here at Babylon the Great and destroy Babylon the Great with thermonuclear fire. This man is very prideful, and he doesn't think that his kingdom, his empire, is ever going to fall. And the evil way and the forward mouth, because this devil Esau, the Edomites, they're very forward in their mouth. I think that's in Psalms. The Lord said that that the wicked are estranged from the womb, speaking lies. So this man is a liar. He's the devil, the deceiver that the Bible speaks of. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy in the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. So the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Shai hates Esau, the Edomites, the wicked. And the prophets and the teachers were prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great, because Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So right before Yahweh Shai comes back, the Edomites have to be in power, because the Israelites, we are still in captivity under these Edomites. But Yahweh Shai is coming back to deliver the elect from out of Babylon the Great, America. So that's what the prophets and the teachers are doing. We're staying occupied in prophecy. And we're warning the sheep, we're warning Israel of judgment that's coming. We get Joshua 24:14. Joshua 24:14. Joshua 24:14. Now therefore fear the Lord Yahweh. Now therefore fear the Lord Yahweh, and serve him in sincerity and in truth. And that's what the prophets and the teachers are doing. We're teaching 100% truth of the whole Bible. And we're prophesying the destruction of Babylon the Great America by thermonuclear fire, nuclear destruction, and put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Shai, because the Lord scattered us into all nations from one end of heaven to the other. So you have Israelites looking like the other nations, but they're Israelites. But we're primarily over here in Babylon the Great America. So our fathers went off and served idols. But you have a remnant, the elect, that's coming back to the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Shai through faith, believing on the report, which is the destruction of Babylon the Great, America, by nuclear missiles, nuclear destruction. Look at Philippians. Philippians 2:12-13. Wherefore, my beloved, so this is a letter to the Israelites. Salvation is only for the Israelites. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, see, obeyed. Faith is obedience. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. In Hebrews, the Lord said Abraham obeyed, roughly paraphrasing. So faith is obedience, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, because the prophets and the teachers have entered into the labors of our forefathers, of those who labor before us. Work out your own salvation in fear and trembling. And that's what the elect are doing. We're working out our own salvation with fear and trembling by prophesying and teaching and staying occupied in prophecy, and exhorting, rebuking, and edifying. And that's what Yahushua told us to do, until he returns. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're commanded to do. And the elect are going to fear the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashai, and continue to stay diligent in the work. And the elect are going to the elect are going to stay diligent as well, and continue to fear the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashai. So that's all I have for you today. Next time I say shalom.